Hello, glorious human beings. I am up this way on my camera because I'm on my phone. I don't have access to my computer right now. And I really wanted to come on and share this message with you guys because I just went live inside of another entrepreneur group around shadow work and procrastination and the fear of putting ourselves out there, especially as highly sensitive women that have, a purpose on their hearts that they want to put out into the world. And so I thought I would come on and just go over what I shared inside the group because it's really helpful knowledge. And so let's dive in. So I wanted to talk about shadow work and how it's formed. So how is the shadow formed? The shadow is parts of us that we have deemed not lovable, not wanted, not needed, too scary to put yourself out there because of what's happened in the past. And it goes deep within our unconscious, and it can be the driver of our decision making and our behaviors inside of our business. And for those of us that are highly sensitive, this can really deeply impact how we show up, because we are afraid of the judgment. We are afraid of people not liking us because we can deeply sense, and so it's formed, the safety within our nervous system. Our nervous system is one of the biggest drivers within doing this work, especially as highly sensitive. And the first point is having the awareness. We have the awareness. There's something there. There's something going on. I feel blocked. I'm not creating the movement. I'm not creating the change. I can't seem to put myself out there the way I want to put myself out there. And it comes down to the safety within our body. It comes down to working with our nervous system. Shadow work is a deeply feeling to heal it modality. It's about inner child work, and it is also about embracing the beautiful golden wise woman parts of you and celebrating those. It's about knowing that your voice and your work is really important, and it's really good. So I want to dive in and just quickly share on procrastination. Procrastination is not it's not a choice. It's not a bad thing. Procrastination and moving through procrastination typically does not come down to doing more. It comes down to going within and creating that safety within our nervous system. So for example, let's say as a child, you went and did something for your caregiver, say your mum, right? You went and did this big great thing that you thought would be really helpful and she would really love it, and instead, without your knowledge, without any of that, it's made the matter a lot worse. And she's blown up really big. And she's gotten really angry. And you got really scared. You created this story from her behavior and her words that it's not good enough, you're not good enough, and it wasn't perfect. it created, more mess or whatever the story might have been. And so that can come out in your business. And because we are deeply sensitive and intuitive beings, we can get into the pattern of creating stories in our minds that what we say is not going to be good enough. What we say may offend some random. What we say might really, really affect someone. And so we quieten our truth. And a part of doing the deep shadow work is creating safety within your nervous system and creating safety in your truth and learning how to communicate it through. Now, I'm not the perfect communicator. My words typically don't mean what we've been taught it means. And so I've often been very misunderstood through my entire life. And it isn't up until now that people are starting to resonate with me a little bit because I'm owning it. Shadow work is about owning these little quirks we have, our uniqueness. It's about owning what society deems, as a weakness, what society deems as a strength. And it's up to us to go in and to feel and heal the parts of us that have us procrastinating, not taking the steps. And working with these parts, we can work with our intuition. How do we get to our intuition? How do we begin to trust our intuition? How do we begin to trust the visuals? How do we begin to trust that deep gut knowing? How do we begin to trust what we're hearing? You don't have to be a world-renowned clairvoyant or do clairvoyant work to honor this part of you. This can just allow that guiding light to strengthen you and your nervous system and your business and your life. When you create that relationship with that part of you, you can create so much groundedness, so much softness, so much acceptance of who you are. We are all so unique and we all want to put our work out there. We all want to help people. We all want to be with our families. We all want to care for charities. It takes putting ourselves out there. It takes having the aligned business. It takes having the aligned clients come in. And I guess quote unquote the business strategy. What is that for you? Because many of us, myself included, fell into the trap of hiring these business coaches for their strategy. I learned a lot. I learned to trust myself more because their strategy is unique to their blueprint, is unique to their birth chart, is unique to their childhood and their trauma that they feel, is unique to them. And it has worked for them. It may have worked for maybe 100 others. But essentially, if we're doing things that aren't in alignment with us, we will burn out. And so it's about getting to know you. It's about getting to know your core wounds. It's about getting to know the shadows that are driving your behaviors, your choices. Are your choices and stuff coming from a place of fear, of not enoughness, of not feeling loved, and you're just wanting that validation and to be out there? Or are you not putting yourself out there because you aren't protecting your energy? You're overgiving, you're people pleasing. Highly sensitive people and empaths are so freaking great at people pleasing. It is our default because we deeply know what the other person needs. And sometimes we have to get radically honest on, do I want to save that person, or do I want to help them be that self-responsible human being? And then it comes down to, okay, am I being a self-responsible human being, or am I playing the victim in my life? You know, having the intuitive senses, having such an empathic nature, we can slip. You know, we are great human beings and we can see what the world needs and what other humans need. But sometimes that can be at the detriment of our health, our families, our bodies, our finances, all of that, because we can fall into the trap of the victim. And so it comes down to, okay, there's something going on here. I am not honoring myself the way I want to. I'm not showing up in my business the way I want to. I'm not being the mother that I want to be. What do I need? What does my body need? What does my family need? And creating the stillness. Working with me is not going to be more things to do. It's going to be the opposite. It's going to be about working smarter, not harder. This is in every area of your life. And it's also helping you put your work out there. Put your art out there, put your writing out there, put your, your readings out there. And it's about being able to support yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, all of it. It's about creating your most magical life. And there's such a big topic around finances and money, and I'm not going to get into that today, but women get to be so independent and supported from the people in their life. It gets to be that choice. Like, you get to be around people and be with people that you want to be around, not because you have to be in order to survive. Yeah. I know a lot of stay-at-home mums, and I was the same. Very, very dependent financially on my partner and raise my babies. And I'm also really grateful that I have that time to do that. And I think that being supported by our senses, being supported by our intuition, that we can create any lifestyle that we want to create. And you can want the success, you can want the luxury life, you can want to help the charity. There's a reality piece here. If you can't do that without support from finances, from yourself, from people. And there's this whole notion of you get to have it all, and you get to define what your all is. What is your all? And creating that safety in your nervous system and working on those limiting beliefs and these core wounds that are stopping you or creating the behaviours that aren't leading you to where you want to be and how you want to feel. So, sending you so much love. I'd love to hear what you got from this. I'd love to hear your takeaway. I am popping a link in the description here if you want to work one-on-one together. I would love to support your dreams and your nervous system to help you get there. And I'm sending you so much love.